Hi everyone, so this is the video explaining the expanded picture assignment draft. Um, Most of you already created your preliminary picture assignments, that is where you had a picture and you wrote 100 words about what was happening in that picture. And as I said before, that's just a stage on the road to creating a much a longer project. So he's just kind of generating an idea there. So what you're supposed to do for this one is take the basic information that you had from before, the same picture and the same you can change the picture, but most of you probably choose the same picture and look at the 100 words that you did and then think about expanding that. So I put some comments on your preliminary assignments that gave you an idea about things to think about, and I want you to expand in this particular way. So I say here for the expanded picture assignment draft, again this document is available in the Part 2 folder. For the expanded picture assignment draft, you will, as its name suggests, expand upon your preliminary picture assignment. So you're going to take that thing that you did before and kind of develop it more, flesh it out more. As I mentioned before, we will build assignments in stages rather than all at once, and the expanded picture assignment draft is the next step in the process. However, as you can tell from the word draft, it will not be the last step, so there will be another stage, right? This means you don't need to worry about writing the perfect assignment now. And I will say, as I say here, this is one of the most important things to know about writing. You will always need to rewrite, so never panic about writing perfectly the first time. So and again, that's one of the reasons why I build the assignments in this way, is because I want you to think about, look, you just need to do this little thing here. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just try something and we'll see how it works. And then once you get something that you think makes some kind of sense, then you can work on slowly improving it, making it better. So you don't need to panic about, what if I don't write the perfect thing now? It's never going to be perfect the first time around. For the expanded picture assignment draft, you just need to expand on your preliminary picture assignment so that it's at least 750 words long, which is about 2 double-space pages. So I say here, in your 100-word preliminary assignments, you mainly summarized, meaning that you gave a broad overview of what the picture meant to you, which is all you can do in 100 words. That's all I expected you to do in 100 words. But now that you have 750 words to fill, you can tell much more complete stories, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to think about telling a complete story. So think about the readings we've had so far: Panama, Hiding Places, Joy, and The Rake. And so I want you to go ahead and look at those essays. If you haven't already read Joy and The Rake, make sure to look at those before you start working on this assignment. And because I want you to look at, as I say here, how did those authors tell stories in a way that made the reader feel as if they were there, right? What kinds of details did they include? Think about how you can include similar elements in your own story. And so I want you to be thinking about that. I also, by the way, in The Rake, I ask you to talk about symbolism, and so you can think about how you can potentially insert some symbolism in there. It's not, you don't have to do that yet, but it's something you can begin thinking about. But yeah, look at what happened in all of those essays that we looked at before, those 4 essays that we have, and think about how you can do a similar thing. And that's a lot of what we want to do in writing. We learn to write on some level by looking at what other people have done. If you look at something and say, hey, I like that, right? I like this essay. I think it's really interesting what this person did here. Why don't I try and do something similar, right? If an author made you feel as if you were in a place, look very carefully at what they did. How is it that they made you feel like you're in a place? And then think about how you can include some of those same details yourself. I say, as I mentioned earlier, I have made some general comments on your preliminary picture assignments to give you an idea about what to do next. But if you have any questions about what to write, please feel free to contact me. So again, usually we would be in class and we'd be, have a lot, you guys would be writing in the computer lab, because I always like to teach in the computer lab, so I give you time to write. And if you call me over and you can say, hey, what should I put here? I would gladly come over and do that. Unfortunately, we can't do that now. So please email me or call me during my office hours. Only call during my office hours. If you call during other times, I won't pick up the phone, and then it's hard for me to get my messages. But email me definitely at any time, and we can talk about that, right? I can give you some more individualized instruction about that. And as I say down here, if you don't like the picture you chose, feel free to change it. So Most people will probably stick with the picture that they have, which is fine. But if for some reason you're like, you know what, that really wasn't a good choice. I don't think I can write 750 words on this. There's really, now that I think about it, I think that this other picture would have been better. That's perfectly fine. So if you really want to change it, go ahead and do that. And as I say, that's all part of the writing process. Changing the larger idea here becomes part of the process. So I'm going to say you will need to upload your explanation to Turnitin, as well as post the picture and your 750 word assignment to Digication. If you had problems with Digication, please contact me so that we can troubleshoot. And so this needs to be uploaded to Digication because, as I say here, next week your classmates will need to see your expanded picture assignment draft so they can provide feedback to help you with the final version of your assignment, right? So you need to have that up there. Now, I need to have it on Turnitin because as well, because Turnitin is how I keep track of the grades, and I can make comments on Turnitin. I can't make comments on your Digication portfolios, but I want to see them there, and I want them there also because, again, other students are going to need to see them, right? So what we're going to do next week is we're going to go through, and everybody's going to look at each other's Digication portfolios. They'll see the picture there. They'll see your preliminary picture assignments. They'll make some comments on that, and then we can think about what to do to go for the final version. So that's what we need to be working on for this. Again, if you have any kinds of questions, make sure to email me, or like I said, you can call me, but call me only during my office hours.